The Rams are returning to Los Angeles. With the Los Angeles Times, I'm Lindsay Theory. This is Nathan Fenno, Sam Farmer, and Gary Klein. Stan Kroenke, well, he was inside the forum, and he made his first public appearance as the owner of the Los Angeles Rams. Sam, what do you think? Does he still look emotional?
He does look emotional. I mean, we were up in the front row, and you could see his chin was trembling, and he was like that the other day when Nathan and I interviewed him, had the first interview with him since 2010. He cried, and I could tell here he was barely holding it in. And it probably is fatigue too, and just sort of mental exhaustion, this whole process that might make him a little bit more fragile, but it is kind of surprising.
Nathan, there's still a business decision to be made for the San Diego Chargers if they decide to join the Rams in Los Angeles. Some fans, they voiced their opinion in this public forum. What do you think? Does San Diego make it to LA?
You know, I think that's still up in the air. The odds probably are yes, but there were probably about 100, 200 fans on hand today. And when the possibility was mentioned by Kevin Demoff, the Rams top executive of the Chargers, joining the Rams in this Inglewood Stadium, there were boos, there were cat calls, there were shouts of we don't want them, don't send them up here. There was a lot of animosity in that building toward even the idea of having the Chargers here, which can't be good news for the folks down at Chargers headquarters in San Diego.
A lot of the discussion about the Rams coming back to LA is the business side, the new stadium. But Gary, they're fielding a football team, and you caught up with Jeff Fisher. What can we expect to hear from him?
Well, they're going to play in the Coliseum for the first 3 years, and Fisher, of course, played at USC. He was a defensive back there. He talked today about some of his high moments there, the low moments there, but very excited, like TJ McDonald said earlier this week, about coming down that tunnel again and playing at the Coliseum. And of course, USC thrilled to have the Rams here. It helps pay their renovation that they're anticipating. And even though the fans don't want the Chargers, you can be sure that USC would love a second team in the Coliseum to help pay that bill.
Now, Stan Kroenke handed this question off, so I'm going to find one of these guys who will take it on. But ticket prices, will these tickets be affordable in LA like they perhaps were in St. Louis?
I think initially they're going to be affordable. They don't want to turn fans off, and they want to create a demand there. The Rams are going to be launching a website for tickets on Monday, and I don't have that address, of course.
I think it's welcomehomerams.com.
Okay, there we go. And we'll see some of I believe you put down a deposit on that, and then they're going to figure out ticket prices are to be determined. But I think initially they just don't want to price people out. Ultimately, when you're having to buy PSLs and then pay for tickets on top of that, it could be very expensive. I mean, we're talking about a stadium that could be a $3 billion stadium or close to it. You can't sell cheap seats in a place like that.
These guys have worked tirelessly on this story for their continuing coverage on the Rams' return to Los Angeles. Be sure to keep it on the Los Angeles Times.